And with a new coach, there was so much to look forward to in Egypt's tie against Libya in the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualification Group F match at the Borg El Arab Stadium on Friday night. The Pharaohs left it late to claim a 1-0 victory, much to the relief of the nation.
Egypt won its first match under new coach Carlos Queiroz on Friday. The Pharaohs took the 3 points from visitors and regional rivals Libya. Now they lead Group F of the second round of the CAF 2022 World Cup qualifiers by just a point from their North African neighbors.
This
was a match about winning all 3 points. We were not expecting much more. The character of Carlos Queiroz has not been absorbed yet by the players. It's clear that he prefers to play with a 4-3-3 formation. The differences in individual skills and team play between us and Libya was very evident. Our team is on its way to becoming much better.
Queiroz, the African-born Portuguese coach, may have not had the time to influence the Egyptian national team, but his selection clearly showed he thinks differently. He benched El Ahly stars, midfielder Afsha and striker Mohamed Sharif, who many see them among the best in Egypt. The coach then pulled a trick up from under his sleeve, Stuttgart's forward Omar Marmoush, a debutant to the Pharaohs who repaid his coach's faith by scoring the only goal in the game, a sensational shot from outside the box to the reverse top angle of the goal.
Omar Marmoush was a great addition to the team. Many people were very surprised that he wasn't part of any national team before, not even the under-23 in the Tokyo Olympics. He is an international player in Germany. We thought he would be part of the Pharaohs. Queiroz not only selected him as a main player in the formation, Omar had a strong presence and scored the only goal.
The Pharaohs lead Group F with 7 points from 3 matches. They opened the first qualification round with a home victory over Angola before a 1-1 draw away to Gabon. On Saturday, the Egyptian national team packed their bags and headed to Benghazi for their second leg game against Libya, scheduled for October 11.
The pitch in Benghazi is made from artificial grass. Our players are not used to that. I think they'll have to get trained on similar pitches for the next few days, hopefully without affecting the players' health. That is the only challenge our team will face. Libya will be very excited to play at home, but without fans, I don't think it will have any effect. It won't be different from the match played here.
It's a good start for Carlos Queiroz with the Pharaohs. He did win his first match, but the team's performance was not so pleasing. Egypt dominated the ball throughout the match, yet failed to score more than a first-half goal. The Pharaohs appear to be still lacking harmony. Adel Mahroui, CGTN, Cairo.
All right, let's dig deep into the ongoing FIFA World Cup qualifiers with Deji Omotoyinbo, who is a sports analyst based in Lagos, Nigeria. Deji, welcome to Sports Scene. Let's dig straight into it. Just how big was Nigeria's loss to the CAR, and what do such results tell us about the current state of African football?
Well, it was a huge result. Nigeria had not lost at home in 40 years in World Cup qualifying. That dates to 1981. That was the last time Nigeria lost to the Algerian team that eventually qualified for the 1982 Nations Cup. So losing to Algeria is one thing. Losing to Central African Republic is something altogether different. It was a shock to the system for the Nigerians. Nobody believed it. And it just underlines that in football, when you're complacent, which I think the Nigerian team was, they thought they just needed to turn up and win the game. When you're complacent, when you underrate your opponent, when you don't treat your opponent with the required level of respect, you are susceptible to a result like that. So for Central African Republic, fantastic result. Their coach said he had won the World Cup by beating Nigeria in Lagos. You have to understand how emotional and happy he was after that. But for Nigeria, the good thing was that Nigeria still topped the group. And I expect that they will hope to bounce back in Yaoundé on Sunday with the result against Central African Republic. But it was a huge, huge shock to the system.
All right, Deji, I think shock was an understatement. A lot of Nigerians are going to have to be medicated for depression after that Super Eagles loss. And that brings me to my next question. Let's talk big picture here. Is it fair that Africa has to go through 3 qualifying rounds to decide its World Cup finalists? And does this process skew qualification in favor of some nations?
Well, that's what CAF came up with. You know, they wanted to reduce the number to 40 teams in 10 groups of 4. And, you know, I think we have about 52 teams in Africa. So there was a preliminary round to reduce the number to 40 who have been grouped into these 10 groups that we have. Compared to South America, though, South America played 18 games. They have to play home and away. The Europeans play also 8 to 10 games. Whichever country qualifies from Africa will probably play 6 games. The top teams will play 6 games in this round, and then the home and away probably 8 games as well. So is what the CAF came up with. The teams have to go through it and try and make the best of a difficult situation. You know, the fixtures have come thick and fast, but I honestly feel that under the circumstances, not much could be done because of the dates for international matches and World Cup qualifiers. I really don't think it's more difficult, but I think, like you said, because of the seedings, the big teams will likely end up with the big teams. The real big names in African football might be the ones to qualify for that World Cup again.
All right, Deji, we could go on and on, but we've got to leave it there. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective.